10.5 point fantasy average. So I don't know if we'll see that kind of output from him this week.
The next game we're going to get into in this 1 p.m. window is the 5-8 Atlanta Falcons against the 4-9 New Orleans Saints. This one's on Fox. Where I see it, the Saints are a 4-point favorite, and the total, the over-under, is set at 43 points. I've been saying for weeks now I expected Desmond Ridder to get a shot at the starting quarterback position simply because Marcus Mariota wasn't doing enough to keep pace with the Buccaneers despite the NFC South still being wide open. So it was time for the Atlanta Falcons to see what they've got in their rookie before the season ends, because they're going to have a high draft pick. They're going to need to know what to do with it to try and rebuild next year. So Desmond Ridder is the starter for this game. Some gambling trends for everyone before we break this game down. The Falcons are 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 meetings with the Saints. The road team is 5-2 against the spread in the last 7 meetings between the two teams. Some under trends that are all favorable. The under is 4-1 in the Falcons' last 5 games overall. The under is 5-1 in the Saints' last 6 games overall. And the under is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings between the Falcons and Saints in New Orleans. Low, just like a couple other games we've talked about, there's some heavy trends in one direction. How do you feel about this one? And are you an automatic underplay based off of the trends?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of under, a quarterback making his first start. So that screams a lot of it. So I would say slight lean. I don't know that I'll play that quite yet, but I'm gonna go with the Falcons plus 4.5. I know you got we don't know what we got out of Ridder, and sometimes when these quarterbacks do make a start and you don't have much film on them, it can work against their favor. This was one of the worst passing offenses that he's entering, so it's not a whole lot of pressure. I feel like all the pressure's on the Saints, and they're kind of sputtering, so it might be a surprise here, a little bit of an upset, but I'll take the Falcons plus 4.5. I really like that.
I'm not touching the spread right now, but I do like the Saints on the money line. That is the Butt Fumble Sports pick for this one, as well as the under. I'm not going to go against as many trends as we've seen. I know that both defenses have been suspect at times, but I have to believe in the trends. So the under 44.5 points after you buy that up. Dennis, from a fantasy standpoint, is there anything we like in this game on either side?
The only thing I'm looking at is the Saints defense. They're currently projected to have the 3rd highest points scored as a defense. They definitely have shown potential to score points, and be it in the form of sacks. They've had 1 week of 6 sacks, 2 weeks of 4 sacks, lots of weeks with 3 sacks. So considering we've got the rookie starting and the potential for either interceptions or turnovers, I think that would be a pretty good value. And they're definitely available in your traditional leagues. I think they're only rostered on about 40% of teams.